The warning no one took seriously. The hospital hallway smelled of antiseptic and fear. Doctors rushed back and forth, nurses whispered urgently. And at the end of the corridor, behind a glass door, lay Ethan Rowe, a powerful CEO, unconscious, connected to machines that beeped like a countdown. Everyone knew his name, everyone feared his money. Everyone wanted the surgery to be over. Everyone, except the little girl standing barefoot near the wall. She couldn't have been more than 9. Her clothes were old, her hair was messy. Her eyes were fixed on the operating room door, and her hands were shaking. A decision made too fast. "We're losing time," one doctor said. "If we don't proceed now, he won't survive the night." Another nodded. "Prep him. We'll take the risk." The head surgeon raised his hand. "Begin." At that exact moment, a small voice cut through the chaos. "Don't touch him." Everyone froze. Heads turned. The girl had stepped forward. Her face was pale, but her voice was firm. "If you do this surgery now," she said, "he will die." Laughter in the hallway. A nurse scoffed. "A child," another whispered. The surgeon sighed, annoyed. "Sweetheart, please move aside." But the girl didn't move. "I saw it," she said. "The medicine you gave him, he reacted badly. His body is fighting it." The surgeon's patience snapped. "Security," he called out. "Get her out of here." The girl's desperation tears welled in her eyes. "My mother died like this," she cried. They didn't listen to her either. The words hung heavy in the air. For a second, doubt crept in. A young intern glanced at the monitor. "Doctor," he said hesitantly, "his vitals, they're fluctuating." The surgeon hesitated. Just for a moment. The risky pause. 5 minutes, the surgeon ordered sharply. "Run the scans again." Security stopped. The girl collapsed against the wall, sobbing silently. Minutes passed. Then the monitor screamed, red numbers flashed. The surgeon's face went white. "She was right," he whispered. "If we had operated, we would have killed him." And silence. Everyone looked at the girl. She wiped her tears. "I just didn't want another person to die," she said softly. No one asked who she was. No one asked why she was there. But one question burned in everyone's mind. How did she know? The girl who knew too much. The operating room doors slammed shut. Doctors rushed back inside, their confidence shaken for the first time that night. Outside, the little girl sat on the cold hospital floor, hugging her knees. No one sat beside her. No one comforted her. They were all too busy wondering how a poor child had just saved the most powerful man in the building. Questions begin. The head surgeon turned to the young intern. "Pull his full medical file," he said sharply. "Every medication, every reaction." The intern hesitated. "There's something strange, sir," he said. "The allergy warning. It was added late. Just hours ago." The surgeon frowned. "By who?" The intern checked again. "It doesn't say." A silence fell. Mistakes like this didn't just happen, especially not with a billionaire patient. Security suspicion. 2 guards approached the girl. "Where are your parents?" one asked. She looked up slowly. "I don't have any," she replied. "Then how did you get here?" She pointed toward the emergency ward. "I came with my uncle. He cleans here at night." The guards exchanged glances. A cleaner's niece saving a CEO, it sounded impossible. The name that changed everything. A nurse knelt in front of the girl. "What's your name, sweetheart?" The girl hesitated. "Maya," she said softly. "Maya Lewis." The nurse froze. Lewis, that name appeared in the CEO's file. As next of kin, declined contact. A forgotten file. The nurse rushed to the surgeon. "Doctor," she whispered urgently, "check his emergency contact history." The surgeon scanned the screen and his eyes widened. Years ago, before the CEO became untouchable, one name had been listed as a personal caregiver. Sarah Lewis. A mother's sacrifice. Back in the hallway, Maya stared at the operating room door. "My mom worked here. She whispered to no one in particular. She used to watch over important patients. A tear slipped down her cheek. She always said, "When powerful people get sick, the truth disappears." No one breathed. A chilling realization. Inside the operating room, the surgeon slammed his fist on the table. "The medication switch wasn't an accident," he said. "Someone wanted this surgery to fail. An attempted cover-up, an attempted murder, and a child had stopped it." Might the CEO wakes up, a monitor beeped differently. Steadily, strong. "He's stabilizing," the intern said in disbelief. At that exact moment, Maya felt it. She stood up suddenly. "He's waking up," she said. The nurse looked at her. "How could you possibly know that?" Maya whispered. "Because my mom promised she'd protect him even after she was gone." The man who will ask one question. Inside the recovery room, the CEO's eyes slowly opened. His voice was hoarse. "Who stopped the surgery?" he asked. The surgeon swallowed hard. "A little girl," he replied. "She said, 'Don't touch him.'" The CEO closed his eyes and whispered a name he hadn't spoken in years. Sarah. The promise he forgot. The recovery room was quiet. Too quiet. Machines hummed softly, monitoring the life of a man who had just escaped death. Ethan Rowe opened his eyes fully this time. His vision was blurry, but one memory was painfully clear. A woman in scrubs' tired eyes. A gentle voice. "Please," she had begged years ago. "Listen to your body, not your board." "A name from the past. Sarah Lewis," Ethan whispered again. The nurse stiffened. "You know her?" Ethan's jaw tightened. "She saved my life once," he said. "And I didn't save hers." The words fell like stones. The girl at the door. The door creaked open. Maya stood there. Small, fragile, braver than anyone in the room. Ethan looked at her and his heart stopped. She had Sarah's eyes. A child's accusation. "You almost died," Maya said softly. Ethan swallowed. "Yes. My mom said you would," she continued. "She said they would rush. They always rush when money is involved." Ethan closed his eyes. He remembered the meetings, the pressure, the signatures, the truth he tried to forget. "Your mother worked here," Ethan said slowly. Maya nodded. "She worked extra shifts," she replied. "Because she needed medicine." Ethan's breath hitched. "She asked for help," Maya continued. "But you were too busy." The silence was unbearable. The confession. "I knew she was sick," Ethan said quietly. "I told my assistant to handle it." Maya's voice trembled. "They fired her." The truth stabbed deeper than any scalpel. Ethan reached for the bed rail, shaking. "I didn't mean—" "But it happened," Maya interrupted. "The promise that was broken." "My mom made me promise something," Maya said. "She said if I ever saw you again, I should remind you." "Remind me of what?" Ethan asked. Maya stepped closer. "That life isn't a business deal." Tears rolled down Ethan's face. "A decision is made." The surgeon cleared his throat. "Mr. Rowe," he said, "there's an internal investigation now." Ethan nodded. "Good," he replied. "I want everything opened." He looked at Maya. "I owe you more than an apology." The girl's final words. Maya shook her head. "You don't owe me," she said. "You owe the truth." And then she asked the question that changed everything. "Who changed your medicine?" Ethan's eyes widened. Because he knew only 3 people had access. And one of them wanted him dead. The hand behind the curtain. The room felt smaller, heavier. Ethan stared at the ceiling, his mind racing faster than his heart monitor. 3 people. Only 3 people had access to his medication schedule, and one of them wanted him gone. The name no one wanted to say. "Call Dr. Harlan," Ethan said suddenly. The nurse hesitated. "He left the building an hour ago." Ethan's jaw tightened. "Of course he did." Maya watched him carefully. "Was he important?" she asked. Ethan let out a bitter laugh. "He was more than important," he said. "He was my right hand." A trusted man. Dr. Victor Harlan wasn't just a doctor. He was Ethan's personal physician, a board advisor. and one of the few men who knew every weakness in Ethan's body. Years ago, Victor had saved Ethan from a stress-induced collapse. Since then, Ethan trusted him blindly, too blindly. The hidden motive. The surgeon entered with a file in his hand. "Mr. Rowe," he said, "we reviewed the medication change." Ethan closed his eyes. "Say it." "It was authorized using Dr. Harlan's credentials." Maya felt her stomach drop. "So, he did it?" she whispered. The surgeon shook his head slowly. "We don't know yet," he said. "But someone wanted it to look like a mistake. A clean mistake, one that would kill quietly." A mother's final days, Maya suddenly spoke. "My mom used to cry at night," she said. "She said powerful people don't get sick, they get inconvenient." Ethan flinched. "She knew," Maya continued. "She knew something bad was happening here." The nurse looked at Ethan. "She filed a report," the nurse said quietly. "Your mother, Sarah, she tried to warn the hospital." Ethan's heart shattered. "And no one listened," he whispered. "They silenced her," the nurse replied. "She was labeled unstable." Maya clenched her fists. "That's when she got fired." The connection becomes clear. Ethan's voice dropped. "Harlan signed that termination," he said. The room went cold. Maya looked at Ethan, eyes wide. "So he ruined my mom's life," she said, "and tried to end yours." Ethan nodded. "And if I had died," he added, "he would have gained control of my medical trust." Millions, power, silence. The phone call, Ethan reached for his phone. "Find him," he ordered quietly, "before he disappears." At that moment, Maya felt dizzy. She grabbed the edge of the bed. "He's still here," she whispered. Everyone turned to her. "What?" the surgeon asked. "He never leaves without watching," Maya said. "My mom said that too." As if on cue, the lights flickered, and a figure appeared outside the glass wall. Dr. Harlan, watching, smiling. The man who thought he won Harlan stepped inside slowly. "Well," he said calmly, "this is awkward." Security moved in, but Ethan raised a hand. "No," he said, "let him talk." Harlan's eyes flicked to Maya. "You shouldn't have listened to children," he said coldly. Maya stepped forward. "You shouldn't have underestimated one." The smile vanished from Harlan's face. The cliffhanger. Harlan leaned closer to Ethan. "You were never supposed to wake up," he whispered. Ethan met his gaze. "And you were never supposed to be exposed." Before anyone could react, Harlan pulled something from his coat. Not a weapon, a document, and said the words that froze the room. "If this comes out, you all go down with me." The truth that saved them all. The room was silent. Not the calm kind. The dangerous kind. Dr. Victor Harlan held the document up like a shield. "If this comes out," he said slowly, "your company collapses, Ethan. Your name is ruined, and that little girl?" He glanced at Maya. "She disappears into the system." Maya's hands trembled, but she didn't step back. The last card, Ethan studied the document carefully. Then he smiled, a tired smile. "You really think I didn't prepare for this?" he asked. Harlan frowned. "What?" Ethan tapped the call button on his phone. "I recorded everything," he said calmly. "The medication orders, the forged credentials, and this conversation." The color drained from Harlan's face. A mother's voice returns. The nurse stepped forward, holding a tablet. "There's more," she said. She pressed play. A familiar voice filled the room. "If anything happens to me, it wasn't an accident." Maya gasped. "My mom," Sarah Lewis's voice echoed clearly. "Dr. Harlan altered patient files. He's waiting for the CEO to weaken. If you hear this, please protect my daughter." Tears streamed down Maya's face. She knew, she whispered. She knew she wouldn't survive this. Ethan closed his eyes. "I failed her," he said. Justice arrived. Sirens wailed outside. Hospital security flooded in, then the police. Harlan backed away slowly. "You don't understand," he said desperately. "I built this place. I saved lives." "You destroyed them," the officer replied, cuffing him. As Harlan was dragged away, he turned to Maya. "This isn't over," he snarled. Maya met his gaze. "For you," she said softly, "it is." The apology that mattered. Hours later, the hospital room was quiet again. Sunlight replaced fluorescent lights. Ethan sat on the edge of the bed. Maya stood near the window. "I'm sorry," Ethan said, "not as a CEO, not as a patient." He looked at her. "As a man who ignored a mother and almost lost a child." Maya swallowed hard. "My mom believed you were good," she said. She said he just forgot how to listen. Ethan's voice broke. "I'm listening now." A second chance days later, a press conference shook the city. Ethan Rowe publicly exposed the corruption. He reopened Sarah Lewis's case. He funded an independent patient safety foundation. And then, he did something no one expected. He adopted Maya, not with paperwork first, but with a promise. "You'll never have to beg again," he said, "for food, for safety or for truth." Maya smiled through tears. "Then I'll help you remember," she replied, "to always listen." The final scene. Months later, a grand piano stood in Ethan's home. Maya sat on the bench, her fingers hovered. "This was my mom's song," she said. Ethan nodded. She played. And for the first time, the house felt alive. Final words. Some people save lives with power, some with knowledge, and some with courage small enough to be ignored but strong enough to change everything.